Diversity visa lottery interview. What is the process? What are the questions? What are the documents you need to have on the day of the interview? Many people are applying for the diversity visa. Some get rejected during the interview process. And the majority, they get confused why I have won the diversity visa program, but I get rejected, don't get the visa. So I want to explain to you what is the process of that interview. What do you need to expect on the day of the interview? What you need to have on the day of the interview? By understanding all these things before will make you well prepared and is going to increase your chances of you being given the visa. Basically, there are two things. There is what we call the first notification when you are the DV lottery winner, and there is the second notification when you are the DV lottery winner. The first notification is the notification on the day you check the diversity visa lottery results and find out your entry has been selected. You'll get a PDF letter. That letter will have the date of the results, and then will give you the congratulations that you have won, blah, 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 blah. Plus, they will give you the case number. The case number is the most important information. When you are told you are selected, just go to the case number to find what is your case number. That is the first notification. In between, there is a process of preparing the documents. First of all, filling the visa form, preparing the documents. When you are requested, then submit the documents, and then when your case number is ready, that is the point where you need to go and being scheduled for the visa. The information you are going to be sent that your visa interview is on this date. I want people not to confuse. The email for the documents request, that is not the second notification. The first notification you have won. The second notification is the schedule for the interview date. That is the second notification. So you get the second notification that your interview date is on this particular day. That is the second notification. On the process, in order to do the interview, you have first and foremost to do the medical examination. You will not be done, they're not going to be doing the interview without the medical. And for the current regulations, from October 1st, 2021, they have put the new requirements of people who are going to get the immigrant visa to be given a green card, also to have the vaccine, the COVID-19 vaccine. So if you haven't done, that's how it is. You have to do that. You have to do the medical. After the medical, that's why the day they send you the notification, it is 4 to 6 weeks until the day of the interview. So the day of the interview, when you go, there are two practices. Practice number one, some of the countries, they will give you the medical results, and you will be the one taking the medical results to the embassy on the day of the interview. Some countries, in some practices, the medical physician will send direct to the embassy. So it depends on that depends on the country where you are. But if they give you the medical results, don't be nosy. Don't open that envelope to check the results. Remember, this is not the results like about to do the diagnosis of your body. I've talked about the medical. if you want to go and find that information, what other things will cause in the medical to be rejected for the visa, or to be told to wait to be treated on something, there is that video. I'm not going to discuss that one. But the day now you go, you are going also to the interview. Obviously, you need to have the actual cash as the visa fee, which is $330 US. That doesn't matter whether the child is 1 day old or the applicant is 50 years old. That's number one. Number two, you need to have the final document, the barcode, which you used when you fill the DS-260, the visa form. You have to print it out. You need to have that one. You also need to have the police clearance, which all the documents you submitted to Kentucky Consular Center, you need to have them. In addition to the documents you submitted to the Kentucky Consular Center, which your passport, passport, police clearance, if you are married, marriage certificate, birth certificate, all those kind of things you need to have. In addition, if you have been to the prison, military record, all those kind of things. In addition to those information, you also need to have the proof of your eligibility based on work experience or education. If you have both, go with both of them. Remember, you need to have at least a high school education. I usually tell people, even if you have high school education, go ahead and even if you have high school, go ahead also put the work experience information. Have the evidences. For school, you need to have a certificate. Don't bring, oh, my school is caught in fire, I don't have the certificate. Find a way. If you have lost, get the police record, get it from the National Examination Council, get the documents you have to prove. They're not going to accept you just from your word. No, they want to have the proof of all the documents here. So, education, you need to have the transcript certificate. Work experience, you need to have a proof. Contract, if you don't have a contract, you don't need to have all of them. You don't have a contract, have the offer letter. You don't have the offer letter, get the letter from your supervisor, from the manager, from the owner of the company, from the owner of the organization. Get official letter. Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so has been working in our company from this day to this day, from this capacity. On this particular way, these are the responsibilities, and it's a very good whatever. It's just giving you the to say you are employee there. For how long have you been working in what capacity? That's what you need to have. So you need to have all those documents. Then, out of those documents, then it comes to the interview part itself. When you go to the embassy, at one point they would say, pay the fee, $330 US for each visa. If you are alone, you put that one, and then if you don't pay, there is no interview. Then they will say, give us these documents. You give them the documents. Remember, before you go to that interview, you have to go back and read your old DS-260, your visa form, to remember what actually you filled. If you want to print for your own, it's okay, but they don't need that copy because they have it in your system, in their system already. Then they'll tell you just sit on the bench there and wait. Then they will call you for the interview. On the interview, I know you want to be excited to find out how long is the interview process, the actual interview. 3 minutes. If it is long, it is 5 minutes. If you are husband, wife, and kids, if it is going a lot longer time, will be 7. But maximum will be 5 minutes. If you are single, 3-4 minutes, it's over. On the actual interview, I don't want you to start memorizing each question. What are the actual questions they are asking you? Because you don't need to memorize that. But I want you to know what are the things overall they are going to look at your application to determine whether you're going to be given the visa or not. This is the point usually I tell people. The diversity visa interview is the easiest interview you'll ever have at the US Embassy, because it is different from the actual non-immigrant visa. If you are coming as a student, if you are coming as a tourist, that interview is harder than the DV lottery. Because other interviews, you have to prove that you are coming back to your home country. Green card by lottery, you don't need to prove that. They are not going to ask how much assets do you have so that you can come back to your home country. How much ties do you have to your home country? They don't care about that. The program is for you to come to stay permanently in the United States. That is the purpose of the program. What they're going to look at, do you meet education or work experience requirement? That's what they're going to look at. They will ask a question about what is your highest level of education. Even if they know, and even if they have the document, you will say maybe bachelor's degree. Can I see the transcript? Can I see the certificate? You show them. So you need to have already those kind of things. They will see. And you need to go with the originals, not the photocopies. Go with the originals. They're not going to take them original. They'll take a copy, they'll give you back. So you give them the original, then they'll give you back. So what do you do now for living? They want to know, what are you doing for now? Oh, currently working at this type of bank, National Microfinance Bank, or currently I'm working with the Social Security Office in my country as maybe Human Resources Officer. If you can just say that way if you already have a degree, whatever. But if they want this, can you have a proof? You can just show a proof of the document you have to prove that you are currently working in that particular organization, if you have. But if you have good education, even if you don't have the proof, it's okay. But if you don't have education required, minimum of high school, you must have the proof of everything you say about your work experience. But if you have master's, PhD, bachelor degree, even if you don't have even 1 day of work experience, you are good. So that is something they want to know. So the question will be, number one question will be on that particular area. And the interview is very, very calm, very simple. Oh, Mr. So-and-so, congratulations for being among the winners of the diversity visa program. Welcome. So how do you feel? They can ask you that question. Oh, I'm excited, whatever, nervous. It's okay to say that. So what is the education level, blah, 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 blah. Or if you finish that, they ask, so when you go to the US, what do you plan to do in the US? That question, it has nothing to do whether you'll be denied the visa. And the answer you say there doesn't mean that you must do. If you say, I'm going to the US, I want to work in the bank, doesn't mean that you must come to the US to work to the bank. If you say, I want to come to the US to join maybe the US military, doesn't mean that you must do that. If you say, I want to go to the US and then possible I will go and become a doctor, it is not a mandatory that you come here and become a doctor. They just want to know how plan you have, what plan do you have. The only thing, don't say something stupid, something incriminating you into the criminal activities. But if you say anything, I want to become a teacher, I want to just go there to become athletes, to become musician, they don't care with that answer. So I just want to release your stress. So which state are you going to stay and who is your host? They can ask you that question. Oh, my host is Ernest. EBM lives in Missouri, Belton, Missouri. The address is already there. How do you know the person? Oh, it's just the person. You don't need to say it's my relative if it's not. Oh, it's the person I met online when I was looking for the host and he looks as a nice person. I've been chatting with him or her, that person, and they agreed to host me for 1 month. That's okay. Because if someone has a bad past, if they put that name on the system will show them that this person is a bad guy, is most wanted list in their system. So that's not a problem. After that, okay, come on this day, take the visa. Simple like that. The only question which will make you, or they have their medical, they have your police clearance. If in those kind of two things there is nothing causing you to be denied the visa, the other question is just the medical, the work experience and the education. If you pass that one, the other question will be just quicker, boom, boom, boom. Simple like that. Congratulations. welcome to a new country, to a new home, United States. Come after 2 weeks, they will give you a special card depending on the country you are. There are some countries, they will send the passport with the visa form to a particular address. You go to pick it there, whatever. But most of the countries, you cannot be able to they cannot bring to your own home. So sometimes they will tell you, come on this day to pick up your passport with the visa along. That's all that means. If there is any other document they need from you, they will let you know. So for instance, let's say you got married after the results, and maybe you didn't have enough evidence to prove that you are married apart from the marriage certificate. They will say to you, we give you maybe 2 weeks, go and bring other documentations to prove that you are married. So just go and bring even the pictures on the day of engagement, bring the pictures of the day of the wedding, bring the pictures maybe while you are together on the vacation or honeymoon, all those kind of things. They can ask you for the extra documentation if they need some documentation. I have a video where you'll be denied the visa, so this is not about that one. But there are reasons why you'll be denied the visa despite of winning. But most likely will be some of the mistakes you have done, like lying, saying you don't have a child, then you are bringing a child, you are not married, now you are married, but you lied, you are married even the time you are applying. Or all this issue about passport, all those kind of things, the things which you needed to not to worry about. So, if everything you filled the form correctly on the day you apply in the DSC 260, and you have the minimum qualifications which are required, 2 years of qualifying work experience and or education, nothing to worry. The visa is yours. It's the easiest visa of 3 minutes. I know it's anxious, but once you get it, you'll be able to go to finish and come to America. So once they tell you have the visa, they'll give you another envelope where you have to pay for the visa or the green card fee, the actual printed card. So you pay for that one. That one, they give you the paper, you will pay online. You will pay to the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS. So that one you can pay before you come or after you come, is up to you. There is no problem with that particular requirement at all. So it's up to you on that one. So once the day you pick up the visa, you'll be having 6 months to travel to come to America. If you don't travel, the visa expires, game over. I usually tell people, if you have to wait, don't go to wait more than 3 months. Because the more you wait, what if something happens, a war or something bad, and you cannot come? Better find a way even to come as soon as possible. You never know what is going to happen. So just start as soon as possible to find a way to travel to come to America.